I think we all know dudes who peaked in high school, whether socially, athletically, or academically. There's a lot of ways a mofo can stop evolving after that final bell sounds. You can be considered the king of high school, pull all the baddies, score all the touchdowns, and get an A on every test, but if you can't translate that success to the real world, then you could be in a bit of trouble. And however much it pains me to say this, and I promise you it does, no one cares how much puss you got in high school. I know, blasphemous, but it's sadly the truth. If it wasn't, your boy would be in Harvard right now. Nah, I ain't getting no pussy in high school. Fucking bullshit. Nonetheless, there are many ways of peaking in high school, not just on your riz, and a really common way is the dude who partied throughout high school and never could really let it go. Come on, dude, stop stressing about the future, eh? Let's go do some fucking meth. Okay, I've never heard anyone say this in high school, but you get what I mean. This is the dude who was considered Mr. Popular in school, and to be honest, he kinda was. I mean, dude was invited to every party, gathering, smoke sesh, vape sesh, bathroom jerk-off contest, you name it. If there were people going, he was gonna be there. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. All power to you if you were Mr. Popular and went on to dominate life after high school as well. However, a lot of these dudes just weren't able to translate their king of high school status into the real world and ended up as that weird guy who never left his hometown and hangs out with high schoolers even though he pushing 30, god damn. Now, you might be thinking, what a loser, how do you even let this happen to yourself? And honestly, it ain't all their fault. I highly doubt any of these dudes actually had this planned. In fact, I imagine with their high school clout and godhood, they thought they was gonna be like millionaire salesmen or something. But it's their ego, fear of failure, and their yes men friends that got him here. At first, it was probably like, I'll hang around here for one more year and find out what I want to do next. And then after a full year of epic parties where everybody is slurping on your cock as the man and getting all them high school baddies with ease, next year you're like, f it, one more year. And then the next year, and the year after that, until one day you ain't the just graduated king of high school no more. You're just a weird old guy who hangs around at the club on Friday night and probably Saturday too, and maybe even Sunday if you're really down bad. But hey, at least you got with that model baddie who now on the cover of Vogue. I'm just imagining a dude like this on his deathbed like, Tommy boy, did I do good? Yes, Zach, you pulled all the bitches and were the most lit out of all of us. A life well spent. I have one last request from you, Tommy boy. Yes, anything for you, Zach. At my funeral, make sure everyone knows that I fucked Kendall Jenner's friend, who was on the cover of Vogue in 2027. They even have an IG post together. You should probably show that too, just so everyone knows. I'm sorry, I don't know if that's appropriate for a funeral. Just fucking do it, Tommy. You're always a damn nerd. Now leave me in peace while I scroll my Snapchat memories. The good old times. But hey, at least he was a man of commitment, dedication, and unquestionable riz. A lot like the next dude who peaked, but this guy was committed to something else. The high school football, basketball, hockey, wrestling, Bakugan, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever star, who unfortunately was only the star because his school sucked balls. Oh boy, the athlete, a man of pure dedication and focus, coupled with a little bit of love for them school thotties who gave away free BJs to whoever scored in double digits. This is the most tragic on the list, cause I truly believe in following your dreams and never giving up. But, Robert, you're 5'8", and, well, you got a 15-inch vertical. Yes, I know, you can shoot like Curry and you have the sauce, but in NBA terms, I'm sorry. You're a borderline dwarf, and not just any dwarf, you're an unathletic dwarf. That's a lot worse than an athletic dwarf, you dwarf. And the reality is, there are thousands of dudes like him, who are at least 6 foot, but it ain't all bad. A lot of these dudes actually do make it. Just not in the NBA, but somewhere overseas. And a person like that did not peak in high school, cause they're getting paid to do what they love. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. However, these guys aren't the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about the athlete who never could accept a lesser role and had an ego bigger than prime Michael Jordan himself. Most of the times, after school, they ain't even grind like that no more. Instead, they just hang out with the same friends who stroke their ego and say, "You're next up, bro. Trust me." Like, yeah, bro, you next up. in line to fuck the school thotty for the 100th time, who's now been promoted to town thotty. But in terms of escaping the sad fate of peaking in high school, for these dudes, all it takes is ego death that you can achieve with a shit ton of mushrooms. What I'm saying is, all they gotta do is realize they're not the second coming of Michael Jordan and start searching for opportunities overseas. But if not, school thotty will always have a special place in your heart just for you. But this next dude who peaked needs the exact opposite of ego death. He needs an ego resurrection. The dude who sweated his balls off academically and was too burnt out to go to college. You might be thinking that high school sweats who are in math class 10 minutes early asking the teacher how to calculate the angle and circumference of her dick. Pyramid is what they were probably asking about. Although they probably used that knowledge for calculating other things too. Anyway, these dudes who studied their gosh darn butt off had it pretty hard, cause honestly, a lot of them only did so at the fear of disappointing their parents. And if that is your main motivation for studying, once you become an adult, it's hard to transfer that to the real world. Like, high school is one thing, but a mofo can't compete with dudes who actually do what they do because they like doing it, if they do what they do because their parents wanted them to do it.
I'm a spiritual, lyrical individual, spiritual, miracle, lyrical individual, spiritual, miracle individual.
And because they have quite literally robot boyed their way through high school, not thinking for themselves and just doing what they're told all the time, they've effectively became an overqualified fast food employee. That's some wasted potential right there. Like, dude's got that employee of the month trophy locked for years cause he makes those Big Macs with the perfect amount of sauce and precision of the gods. Don't get me wrong though, I love going to McDonald's when the employees take their job super serious. It's just kind of unfortunate for them. A dude like that was meant to be a scientist, doctor, engineer, or even a condescending astrophysicist who goes on Joe Rogan's podcast.
You're a dwarf.
But instead lost motivation and started making perfect Big Macs. Thankfully, dudes like this do have that hard work and drive in them somewhere. They just kinda got confused after high school because one day they woke up and realized, hey, wait, what the f am I doing? I don't give a shit about math or chemistry or physics. I wanna f some bitches, goddammit. And can you blame him? I mean, after all, they've been subjugated to so many years of Pythagorean theorem that they probably get a hard-on for a curvy looking tree. Nonetheless, I doubt you guys gonna end up like this, cause if you're watching this video, I don't know why, but I got a sneaking suspicion you're not a study freak, cause if you were, well, you'd be studying. Hey, wait, yeah, you should be studying. Studying how to get some bitches. Anyway, that's the video. Hope you got some insight on how not to peak in high school, and if you want to watch a video that will help you not do exactly that, I suggest you click on this. What are you waiting for? Do it. Do it now.